everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. I'm so excited. This morning I got some Dutch Bros and it was really cool. I got a sticker and it was like a T-Rex. Thought that was pretty neat. But anyways, back to like the actual subject, which is music. So this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions and I am your host, Sheridan Vasquez. And this podcast is going to be me basically just talking about music stuff, really. I'm going to have guests and they're going to be, musicians from the Waco area or just beyond that. I have a couple of guests that I have in mind, but I figured I would announce those as they actually confirm. But I guess for this first episode, I'll just share a little bit about myself. I am 19 and I'm going to MCC and I'm in the music industry careers program. I'm going for performance and I'm finishing up my performance degree right now. I'm heading into my second semester. And then I'm going to be going for one more year to get my audio tech degree. If you don't know, all the prerequisites for the classes are the same. So if you take all the classes for one degree, you basically have all the prerequisites done for every other program. So you only really have to do the classes for that specific program. So in my case, I have all the prerequisites done and I would only have to do just the actual audio technology class, which is pretty cool because that means I will have a lot of free time during that 1 year that I'm going to be doing audio. So that's pretty cool. So I play guitar and bass in the CCM band and also the rock band at MCC. I really, really love playing music. I have been around music literally my entire life. I have lived with many musicians. My mom loves music. My dad loves music. My stepdad, he is a musician. And so is my grandpa. So it's just, music has always been in my face. And I guess my inspiration for music when I was in middle school and I was really interested in playing music, I looked up to a lot of female artists. So oh my gosh, I forget her name. Ann Wilson's sister from Heart. I guess the girls at Heart. They were a big inspiration to me. Who else? I guess Billie Eilish was another one. She's one of my all-time favorite artists. She's just an amazing singer, and I remember really liking her when she got really famous, but she was still pretty, I don't know how to explain it, she just got out of her SoundCloud phase, so she was very up and coming, and I just remember being like, oh my god, she's almost my age, and she got this successful. If I start writing music, maybe I could get to her status, but I'm not creative enough to write music, unfortunately. I guess my favorite genres of music are, I really like hardcore, I like punk, I like rock. To be honest with you, I like a lot of stuff. I like pop. I really like jazz music. I think that's really cool. Classical sometimes. Let's see, any other genres I can think of? I used to be kind of into flamenco music, which was pretty cool. I like the flamenco style guitar. That's really cool. I don't know. My music taste is so broad. I can't really, put a finger on what my favorite genre is because it really changes a lot for me. At the moment, I'm super into Chapel Roan and Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish. But I also really like bands like Faith No More. There's this hardcore punk band called Gel. They're really good. I really like the Foo Fighters. I love the Misfits so much. Those are just a couple of the artists that I like. But there's so many more. I'm hoping this podcast can have not only like musicians, but people who are venue owners, you know what I mean? I think it would be really cool to hear the perspective of somebody who regularly has music in their space, and to see, you know, how they started doing that. I would also like to interview like maybe musicians that have been in the scene for just a really, really long time, you know how the music scene was in Waco before it started becoming bigger. I mean, from what I've heard, I mean, I only started getting into the music scene, at least in Waco, when I was freshman year of high school-ish. I was forced to go to a lot of my stepdad's gigs because he was a musician and he didn't want to go by himself. Well, also, you know, on that topic, I've been to so many of my family members' gigs. I remember when I was little, one of my stepdads used to always play at Hooters in Waco. And he's in a band now called Burn the Wicked. Burn the Wicked? I think that's their band name. But they played at the backyard. They play at the backyard sometimes, and they have really cool music. But anyways, I remember going to Hooters when I was like 4 and having to be there for so long because my stepdad was playing. But at the same time, it's something very nostalgic. My grandpa used to own, if you know this place, it's in West Texas-ish, West, Texas. It's kind of in Ross, kind of by Golson. It's called Tokyo, and my grandpa used to own that place. And my current stepdad, before him and my mom were engaged, he used to bring his daughters, and I would like play with them, and we would sell rocks to like these drunk bikers, and we would get like $50. It was crazy. And then my mom would be like, let me take that. But I guess I really want people, or the, people around here, or just, if you're not even from Waco and you're just listening, I want people to have a lot of input in this podcast. I want, people asking questions, and I would like for people to suggest topics that I talk about. And like I said, I'm going to be interviewing musicians. So if you want me to interview a certain someone, just, say, I want you to interview blah, blah, and I'll see if I can get something, organized with them. I think it would be so cool to have, this podcast be influenced by like the audience and give you kind of what you want. I think that would be really, really cool. I will say to follow me on social media. Someone reported the Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions Instagram, and it's banned or something, or it's suspended, and I can't get it back. So whoever did that, you're dumb. But you can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions on the Rogue Media Music Instagram. The Sheridan Soundcheck Facebook is, at least a Facebook page, it's still up. So you can go follow, like that. I don't really know how Facebook works because I'm Gen Z. But you can find this podcast anywhere that you usually get it. But yeah, again, no Instagram really for Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. You can follow Rogue Media Music, or I guess you could if you're a real stalker, you can follow my personal Instagram. I don't know. I wouldn't advise it. But yeah, that's a little bit about me and what I plan to do with this podcast. I know this episode's really short, but obviously with a guest, it's going to be longer. Because it's really awkward to be in a room just by yourself, talking just to yourself and trying to pretend that you have an audience, but you don't. But yeah, it's just a little bit about me and my experience with the music industry, I guess the music scene in Waco. But yeah, I hope you all have a good day, week, night, whatever you're doing. I hope it goes good. And yeah, and keep the music playing.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.